Hello, world, and welcome back. I am Valentin, your host. My host name, my internet handle is Fricklerhandwerk, and this is Summer of Nix 2024. Now, this is the 4th edition, and it has become somewhat of a tradition to publish a video series alongside the software development work that is being done. Last year, we had seasoned Nix contributors and maintainers tell their stories about the past, present, and future of the Nix ecosystem. This year, we'll flip the classroom and let Summer of Nix participants themselves show and tell what they are working on and how. Our mission here is to make more free and open source software available in a way that it can be run repeatably and reproducibly on a whim. And we do that, of course, with Nix and NixOS. These software projects that we're supporting to get a broader reach and more of an audience, they are made possible by the NLNet Foundation and funded through the NGI, the Next Generation Internet Initiative of the European Commission. And Summer of Nix is a great opportunity not only to work on software for the public good, but also to learn a lot of stuff about computing and meet people from all over the world. And we'll meet some of them today. But before we start, let me remind you that you can post your comments or suggestions on the chat wherever you're watching this live, or get in touch with our developers after the show, because the whole purpose of this is to make software development and open source more accessible to anyone and participate in how it's being done. So without further ado, let's welcome Mob Cake and say hi to everyone. Please come on stage.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So before you start and I fade into the background, maybe let's provide our audience with a little bit of context on what it is you're doing and what to expect for today. Dawn, you've been running mob programming sessions for Summer of Nix last year and before that, and you're doing it again this year. Could you please tell us what mob programming is about and why you're pursuing it here?
This is a great opportunity for me to demonstrate mob programming, and that's exactly what we will be doing. We will be working as usual. Well, this time we're live, so we'll do our best to pretend that this is as usual. And I suppose some will observe some of the benefits that mob programming can provide, but I can also mention some. I feel that it puts enough eyeballs, enough scrutiny on the code, on the implementation very early on, so we don't have ping pong. We have less context switching with asynchronous pull request reviews. In fact, the way we work is that there will be no reviews. Perhaps there will be a review from the authors of the package that of the project that we were packaging. That's important, and they are not typically with us here, so that's another stakeholder that should probably review. But in general, if software is written in this manner, that's it. The mob feels we're done, then we're done, and it's done. It's probably pretty good. So we feel that even though it's several people working at the same time on the same thing, it's actually quite efficient. I also feel it is sustainable in the human sense, for us to enjoy our work, to not feel exhausted, to not feel that we will, how long can I do this before I burn out? I have to type the code, I have to edit the code, I have to run the tests. If I work solo, I have to understand the problem, I have to think of possible solutions, and I have to test them, and I have to do all this by myself, and this is the norm. And I personally, I don't want it to be the norm for me, and I would like to present it as an option for the world to consider. And it is practiced. Look it up. There's a couple of books about it, the talks about it on YouTube, and we'll demonstrate.
All right, what's the challenge for today? What will you be working on? Rob, do you want to tell it?
Yeah, so we'll be resuming some work that we've been that we started, I believe, the last 2 days working on the tree sitter project, and specifically the tree sitter grammar features within I guess the Python. It's like importable Python modules across all the different languages that tree sitter supports. So we're taking a look at how that's currently being packaged in Nix packages and trying to incorporate some additional functionality there.
Okay, awesome. Then I suppose happy hacking, or how do you say it, mob start?
Mob start.
Yeah, mob start.
Okay, bye. I will return in like 5 minutes before the end of the hour to conclude the session and hand it over to you, because from now on, it's your show. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Valentin.
Valentin.
Thanks, Valentine.
All right. Let's, how do I do this? Here's the correct layout. All right. We'll start the rotation with Priyanshu.
All right,
Priyanshu, take command.
taking command. So the rotation would be Priyanshu, Don, Yanis, and then Rob. So Don, please take the helm.
I got the helm. This is scrollable now. Okay. Okay. Here's my screen. And here is the repo. And here is a timer window. I'm going to actually duplicate it so I have it on the other screen as well. Tab duplicate. Tab detach. Good. We don't have currently a branch for this because we are just getting started. We did work on some hackier solution earlier, and I think it unblocked whomever it needed to unblock, I hope. But now we're going to start doing it in a way that it will be acceptable in Nix packages. So I'm going to switch to Nix packages unstable and pull that.
It hasn't switched correctly. There was an error.
Oh, I have it in some worksheet. Okay, so I think we can check out similar to this command. We can call it. Tree sitter generated grammars. Oh, well, tree sitter Python. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And it will be from upstream Nix packages unstable.
Just one thing before you continue, Don. Could you please increase the font size? I think for people it might be a little small.
Let's see. I think maybe not only the font size, and if you suggest that, then I think all of us would need to do that.
Yes, scaling
something
up.
similar. When in my case, I can scale the whole screen up using something like this.
Sweet. I think that looks good. All right. So now that we are in our new branch, can we mob start with a create flag and then
Mob
get going?
start with create. Timer, of course.
Yep.
Mob T5.
Right. That looks good. So can we now, according to Nix packages, since we're making a Python module, we can head into packages development and then make a default.nix under packages development Python modules, and then the name of our program would be tree sitter languages.
Well, we are generating multiple Python packages. So in this case, it's not like we're packaging an upstream project.
Hmm.
So whatever name, and we will have one directory where this lives, but that directory will not be the name of the packages that we generate, if only for the fact that we generate multiple different packages.
That's correct. Yeah. So
But
Yeah.
So I don't know where it goes, but we can just put it somewhere and think about that later.
Mhm.
that's fair. So can we put it in the root level? I'm not sure if that's an okay place to put it.
How about we put it where Python packages typically go, and then we
Just
figure out
move
it
later
from
whether that's
there.
appropriate.
Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right. So I'll make a directory. Let's use fancy thingy, file manager. So it'll be going here, development. Oh, I didn't need to press enter on this. Sorry, development, Python modules. And here we'll make a, how do I create a new file here? Isn't it like A for add? So tree
Dash sitter?
You guys know what just happened?
No.
didn't notice.
Our timer just was just abused. Like, this is the only thing that I was concerned about, and it just happened. Audience, please don't set our timer.
10
Cheeky,
minutes.
look.
It should finish in 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
It's great to see though that some people in our viewers know about the format and things if they change that, which is cool. So
All right.
we'd go something like tree sitter grammars, and do we need to?
I wonder what tree. I'm searching for the existing trees. So I see it has a hyphen.
Mhm.
And this is the bindings for Python. This is the maybe official bindings for this. So I'm going to use a hyphen in the new name. Tree sitter grammars. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Looks good for now.
Okay. Trailing slash. So it's a directory, and I also did not mean to press enter on that. And now we can quit. Exit it with some code. Oh, that's the shell. No, that's not how you exit that. This is how you exit it. And now in editor, I'll just create this, I don't know, default.nix inside there.
Yep.
Sounds
Packages.
Development.
Python modules, tree, sitter grammars, default.nix. There you go.
All right, that looks good. So we can start
Probably
off.
rotate.
All right. Yeah, it's a good time to rotate.
Mob next. Nexted.
All right, passing command to Don.
Thank you, Priyanshu. Yanis, please take the helm.
Cool. Yeah. Just going to fetch where we got there.
Actually, I noticed that it's not practical for me and possibly for anyone else to look at the comments, but there are a few already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll
Did you
look
get the
occasionally.
branch?
Start with the timer, please.
Sure.
The branch. What was the branch?
I thought
It
it
was tree
sitter.
sitter without hyphen, and then hyphen Python something. And here's a way that you can find out the branch. You can do a git fetch NGI hyphen Nix, and you can see all the new branches.
I didn't see it here.
I think
No, I think you fetched from upstream, so that's the Nix packages, like normal Nix packages.
Try git fetch NGI or whatever the remote is.
It was NGI-Nix if
Yeah,
it was added like that. There you go.
There you
Nice.
right. Switch to new branch, mob start. Well, I guess it already would have pulled it. Okay, so now, so it's tree sitter default what we created.
There are many.
Which
It
one
was this
was it?
second
Try
one.
Python and then tree sitter, and then default.
Is it this one?
No.
Is it? Oh, that's
Wait a
tree.
second.
Okay.
Tree sitter default. So it's Python. So development. Let me just go like this.
It's the fifth.
Yeah, it's the one above the JSON.
Cool.
Make us a function here, a call package pattern function that means an attr set pattern for the parameter. Open
Can
curly.
you be a bit more explicit? Open
Yes,
curly. Okay.
Yes, open close curly colon outside. That's like the yes, that's the function syntax. After the colon, we will probably have a let in.
So let in and
Let in.
then
Something we don't know yet. But it will be, whatever this is, I think it'll be a package set. Does that make sense? I wonder how can we have this will eventually be flattened, right? It won't be another package set, will it? How does this work? What's the convention? Even if we don't know the convention, we can do something. But I'm concerned that if we make a package set, it just won't work. I'm kind of have like this hunch that there are no package sets in the Python packages package set, that it will like be too nested and maybe a thing that doesn't exist in this ecosystem. So I would suggest flattening it, but flattening it will not happen from here. It would have to be flattened somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Would you then flatten it from like the like all packages or whatever the Python equivalent was?
Top level.
Top level.
Let's take a look at top level. See what's there. It's you can search for top level and then Python, and then it'll be packages top level Python packages.
opening the file.
This is a big list of Look for anything that is not this kind of single line.
Looking for that. That looks like 6. Then what we got here? It's calling packages.
We don't see, right?
No, I'm gonna go super fast, and it's all the same.
All right, so maybe this is using recurse into recurse into packages or whatever that's called. So maybe we can try that pattern. Does that make sense? And see whether it recurses, and we can. So let's go to default.nix to our file, and just make a literal attr set here.
And the outer set is,
and then a literal attr set. Open curly, close curly. And we'll do A attribute and B attribute.
well, like that.
Yes, A equals. Let's do like the hello package. Well, maybe it should be I don't know if it must be a Python. Maybe we can just re-export one of the other Python derivations. Let's one Python derivation that we know exists is let's just pick one. Yeah, pick 2 from there.
2 from here. Any will do.
Yes. Here.
Yeah. So is it packages dot and is that correct syntax?
No. So in the parameter pattern, place ZODB. Place that name in the parameter pattern, like in line 2. ZODB.
And that gets removed like that. Is that correct? I'll take that as a yes. I'll take this one. That's done. And that's B.
Rotate.
Mob nexting. And I have mob nexted.
Yeah, let's take command.
Thank you very much. So, Rob, can you jump on the helm, please?
Yeah, jump on the helm.
So to carry on your thought, Dawn, so the next idea is to now try and see if we can package those 2 into one in that default Nix. Is that right?
I would say when this is finished, because it's not quite finished, there's like syntax error there. When this is finished, we could try via the Nix REPL with the local, or just try to do a Nix
Trying to just build it.
Nix build, yeah, Nix build of one of them, or of like one of them. But they're not even in the top. We didn't even add it to top level yet. And also another part that we didn't do is we did not mark that attr set as a package set. We need to use the recursion to attrs or something like that. There's a function for that.
Yeah, I think it's called recurse for derivations. It's a Boolean. Yep.
Let's try that out.
Well, there's a function. The Boolean is an attribute in the set. But there's a function that takes a set and just returns a set with that attribute Boolean set to true.
That makes sense.
So can I go ahead and open up tree sitters grammars?
Please. Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. And do we have that function, or should I look it up?
I would start with correcting the syntax errors here.
Yeah. What else is? Let's see. Comma. Oh, it'd be a trailing comma.
I wouldn't be concerned about the format.
Yeah. Can we leave let like that?
I think
in?
so.
Okay, cool. Okay. Anything else?
Recurse into adders or whatever that is. I wouldn't guess it. I would try
Yeah.
like to
Can I search
Google
on?
it, ChatGPT it, or whatever. Should quickly be able to find. Oh well, you can search. We are in the repository where this is used, so you can probably just search for examples.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's
grep for examples.
probably something like this. Recursion to adders. I mean, yeah, there it is. Okay. Does that seem right?
We need to bring it from lib.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's from
No.
lib. I don't think it's.
Yeah.
Oh, it's from lib.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So maybe put it in a let then?
Yeah.
I would bring in lib. I think the convention in Nix packages is to use
To bring in
them
lib.
qualified.
Okay. Does that seem reasonable?
Remains is to put it in top level.
Yes, this is true. Okay. Don, if I open up NeoVim and Telescope, can you give me how to find it via that mechanism? We've got it all set up.
If you know the bindings,
I know the leader, so yeah, I mean, here. Yeah, I mean, this is because I want to do a grep or a
you don't want to do a grep. You're going to search for files.
files. So
There you go.
and then
Just type it in.
let's see, was it top level?
Yes, top level
What would do like the
/ Python maybe.
/ Python? There we go.
Python
packages. Let me close this. Okay. Look for tree sitter. Maybe. Put it close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it was tree sitter grammars, right?
I think so.
Grammars.
Yes, correct.
And grammars. With
There's
an A. Yeah, I always do that. We be honest, you missed it last 2 days. You can't spell grammars. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and build this, or attempt to.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to build this, like as in build one of them, right? But what recurse into adders does, I think what it does, like, does it flatten it? Just play with it. You should try.
Okay. Do you want to jump into Nix REPL and just see what we see?
Go for it.
We could just build this.
What?
Couldn't we just build?
REPL is good.
Okay.
REPL is a good idea.
That's fair.
But not this one, without the argument.
Oh, because you want to. Well, we want to actually. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Do you want to load the flake?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Let's see. So it's going to be. No, it's an output. Outputs. Legacy packages.
It's trying to rotate.
Dang it. Okay.
Yeah, cool. I'll pass on to you, Rob.
Yep.
Take the command.
Here's mod next. Okay. Let's see. Priyanshu, could you take the helm?
Taking the helm.
All right.
Running mob start.
Thank you. Ooh, it's a nice tip. Zorlop
That
telescope
took-
tab.
Take a while. Gonna open tree sitter. What was it? Grammars. There we go. All right. Just heading into Nix REPL. I believe it was this. All right. Well, what do we do here? Captain.
So, okay, so we've got this open. So let's go ahead and look at outputs.
Outputs. Interesting.
Outputs.
Do I need
Load it.
to?
Oh, no.
You've done the argument.
Yeah, close this REPL and just open up Nix REPL, no Nix packages argument, and
Okay.
then
We were
do,
asked to increase the font size.
and yeah, let me zoom in a little bit.
That look good.
I mean, I think it's reasonable. I don't know. We'll see if anyone in the audience wants to chime in and give us some feedback. But so okay, so now we're in the Nix REPL, and let's load the flake. So :lf dot.
That. All right.
And then we'll have outputs available.
That makes sense.
Just takes a minute.
All
There we
right.
go.
Cool.
Outputs, legacy packages.
Legacy packages.
And then was it x86 _ 64 Linux. And
That's
then we should have
tree sitter.
yeah, tree sitter grammars.
Or was
No,
it?
this is
It would be in
Python.
Python. Yeah, it would be in Python, right?
Oh,
So
yeah. Why is there?
Python
Oh, grammars is the other
three
thing. Yeah.
packages, tree sitter, grammars. Okay, this seems good. So
No,
do we?
This is just a proof that it exists. But what is in there?
Dot and see what else we.
Because this is not a derivation.
A and B.
Yeah.
A and B. Okay. So can
Right.
we try building A?
So we're gonna put A here and then :B. All right. So we got an output of ZODB. Well, I think that's correct. So
shall we try with recurse into? Actually, I think that's like probably the last thing we should do. That's not very interesting. As long as we get another set with packages, probably good enough for now.
Yep, that's fair. So exiting out of the REPL, adding it to the package. Here.
Captain?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Sorry.
I guess we can get started with.
Let's see.
So we had to generate
a
package for each.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I was thinking is it worth bringing up the work that we previously did yesterday?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
How about we start by, there needs to be a certain mapping here. Does that make sense? So how about we do this mapping, but we don't, we map identity.
So you mean the boilerplate for mapping?
The result will be that we export the grammars, the derivations for each shared object.
So So do you want to check what was the was it the adder set that had all those grammars in it? What was that name?
So there was tree-sitter.all grammars. Before that, it was. How do we get to tree-sitter?
Can you bring up the REPL then and just
Tree
just
sitter
check?
is in packages. Packages dot
Package. Okay.
tree-sitter dot, and then if you want the list, there's all grammars, I believe, but there's
Yeah.
another one that is an outer set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was the two.
So we have tree-sitter. Yep. I think there should be all grammars, and then that is a list of
That's
derivations.
the list.
I think we want the outer set.
Yeah, I think with the adder set, it's like
So that was tree-sitter grammars, I think. Yep. I think that's correct. So
Looks
we.
good.
mm-hmm.
So
These are not the sources, are they? These are the built ones. There's no reason for these to be the sources, right? They're in top level, but you probably should check.
So do we? Okay, so we could
Check
go
the
into
contents
like,
of one of them.
yeah, we can go into, okay, GraphQL, say. So this seems to meta name. So this is the derivation itself, I'm guessing. It
I
has all
wouldn't
of
guess.
the.
I would
Okay,
build it and see what's in it.
makes sense. Built. I'm gonna ls out what's in here. Oh, sorry, I'm in the REPL. Parser. So yep, that's the built output. It's not the source.
These are the droids we're looking for.
Yep. That is confirmed. So, okay, I think we can rotate. I'm gonna map next.
Thank you, Priyanshu. And Priyanshu, could you take command?
Waiting for map next. Okay, taking command. Next up, Don, could you please take the helm?
Got the helm. Starting. It started.
Mm-hmm.
I will map.
Yes. So
How do we? I'll autopilot myself.
that works.
For
So
comments more for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
so the way it works. So the captain is supposed to say drive, like instruct the pilot on what to do, but generally sometimes you can even give abstract commands to the pilot to say do this general thing, and then the individual steps are thought out. But then what you can also do is that if the pilot knows where they want to go, they can do that while narrating themselves as to what they're doing, so the rest of the mob has an idea, and they can do that until, say, the captain has an issue that they want to face, say, like they want the pilot to do something else, so they can interrupt. But until then, that's the pilot can do what they want as long as they're narrating.
Perfect. I'll go to Noogle and remind myself how to map atters. There's lib map atters. I think so. This one, we get in the function. The function gets the name and the value, but returns only the value. I'm pretty sure we want to. So currently, let's just use this for simplicity. So this will be lib map atters. So instead of all this, we will do something like this and do lib map atters. And here's the function, or will be, and I'll remove these two and add packages, and this will be packages.treesitter grammars, and the function will take the name, which we're not going to use, so it doesn't matter what I call it. I'll call it name, and let's say, I don't know, the grammar derivation. Let's say, I don't know, grammar drv, and it will return our thing. For now, we'll just do grammar drv. Does this make sense so far?
Yep, looks good.
See whether this works. Nix REPL lf dot. I think another way to do it is Nix REPL dot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So legacy Python architecture
Outputs. Is
I think
legacy
they're at the
available
top.
there? Okay.
This is with completion. Python 3 packages, treesitter grammars, and they're all there. This is trivial.
Nice. Okay, so we have all the grammars.
Now I will extract this to a function that to a binding. It will be called something like grammar to Python package. Make sense? And now we'll have something in our let-in, grammar to Python package equals that, and format away the and also break that up this way.
Yep.
That's progress.
Sweet. So now what we got to do is get the shared objects. Just should we verify that those shared objects exist, or do we?
I would. That's a big step. I would suggest taking tiny steps, like just getting some Python package out there. That there's like Hello World Python package in there. That's all. For you
Yeah,
to
that's a good idea.
So that would be something like build Python package.
That's correct.
With an adder set, right? And this comes from here, build Python package.
Yep. That looks good. So
this needs to have a name.
Okay, we should.
It would be a p name.
Something like p name. I think it'll have the name in it, right? The original name, perhaps.
Yeah.
What is the original name? Anyway, tree. What is the original? Do we even know what the original name is? Let's trace it.
Yeah.
Lib trace val. This should work. Can I load Flake again here?
I don't see why not.
Well,
Could you
is that I ran out of time. So.
Oh wait.
Mob next.
You're close.
Nah. Here, I managed to rotate within the time.
Thank you. Passing command to Don.
Giannis, take the helm.
Taking the helm. Done. Mob start.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So all I need to do is just what do I need to run? So what was Dawn just running?
So you're gonna want to run. Oh well, I guess Dot didn't. I don't think Dot did what we wanted to do. Just run Nix REPL without Dot because it looked like it loaded a lot more variables than I would have expected.
Control.
Yeah, and just do :lf dot. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And is it here via outputs? Is it or?
Yeah, it looked like that, or even legacy packages was at the top level. Yeah.
Tree.
Yeah, there you go.
And
so this was the name. Wasn't this what we were looking for all of these? That because we were trying to figure out the name for pname. Oh, I guess you wanted to trace it. Oh, sorry, we're still tracing. So let's just go back. You want to call it? It's not tree sitter grammars in this case. It's Python packages. Oh, you were good. Not that far.
Oh, okay.
So
legacy
packages x86 Linux. Python packages.
Python 3 pack. Okay.
Or
It should be 3 because
as an alias, or is that? Yeah.
I mean, if that defaults to Python 2, that's gonna be bad.
Better not.
Tree sitter grammars. So I'm just assuming what we want to see is all these outputs in here. Do I need to go one level further?
Yeah, I think if you just give one of those, yeah, see what pname is on that.
Do I need
that should trigger the trace? Hit enter. Okay. There we go.
Yes, it's tree-sitter-sig.
So
that seems like the name of the package that we want, or maybe should be tree sitter grammar zig.
should it? Because as far as I remember, this is from the tree sitter -grammars addresses.
Perhaps this is just not interesting now. Should leave that decision for later.
Yep.
That's pretty true.
Kind of an administrative decision.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a to-do there on line 7. Oh, above the pname.
Oh, don't know what happened there. Do we want to add a comment on that, or just to do?
To do what's the name? So what's the minimum source for build Python package to succeed? What needs to actually? Here's an idea. Why do we even do we really even need build Python package? Because if we know the final, like, what's the minimum that a Python package really needs to be at the end?
In build Python package, or you mean in terms of source?
In terms of just the format of what a Python package is. Do we need to use build package to go through that process at all for it to be consumable?
We can definitely avoid it. It's supposed to be just a helper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You mean to say we use make derivation. Is that what you're hinting to?
Make derivation is the most general builder, I think, but
Yeah.
there are more specific ones. Just write what is it? Write text file, or one of those. If we only need to end up with a directory and a text file in it,
Mhm.
but I know that it needs to live in a certain like tree structure
Mhm.
for it to be consumable, but as a Nix Python package.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's got to exist like with site packages and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Which brings us to the question, which we should in any case be a very early on question: how is this tested? Ideally, I would like to see another Python package in a test or another Python module. Import this and but from another derivation altogether. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you don't think testing the imports is enough? Because that's kind of I think it's a built-in feature for build Python package, which is you can test the imports.
Oh, it does. If it
Uh-huh.
does, that's nice.
Yeah, you could do that.
Rotate.
So we could give it the name.
Next thing.
Testing the imports.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's been nexted.
So I suppose it has also benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Rob. Sorry, something. Who was?
I think it should
What's
be
going on here?
me.
Don, it was you. You were captain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should move into Giannis.
Yep.
Okay. I was captain,
Mm-hmm.
and Priyanshu was pilot.
Yeah. Yanis was pilot.
Okay. Yanis was pilot now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Okay, Yanis, take command.
Cool. Rob, can you jump on the helm, please?
Jump on the helm.
Right, I got a bit confused about that comment in terms of the Python packages and testing imports. So, what exactly do we want to do? Do we want to then, someone clarify that for me and everyone else?
So I think what the conversation was is, do we really need build Python package? Like, do we need to use that that function to build this package, or is there something that's simpler that would be sufficient for our needs?
Mm-hmm. And
Should
for
we,
my
or
understanding, so
does it
all
have-
of this,
Mhm.
it's we need to output just a text file, basically, or it's basically a data file that contains these grammars to some extent. Is that what kind of this is meant to achieve? Do I understand
Each
correctly the
package-
purpose?
Each Python package that we generate the code for that package, the Python code. We do code generation of Python in Nix. Each package will have mostly similar and then slightly tiny different Python code generated,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe not at all. Even I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think
We
yeah
have an example to look at. What certainly will be different is that there will be some path to the grammar shared object that is certainly different in each package. Regarding build Python package, the question was, should we use it? Does it provide benefits that we're interested in? It's very little effort for us to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it provides benefits such as testing the imports for us,
Mm-hmm.
that's a big benefit. Everything we don't need to write the test ourselves for is a great benefit. So we should probably use it.
And
Especially
so
if we use it wrong and we see that those checks fail.
Mm-hmm.
Would
Would it
and
help?
Rob, that's something that you brought up. So is that confirmed, or do we need to confirm that?
Oh, it's
in
like
terms
a
of the input?
common. It's like a common thing in the Python packaging. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of Python packages that you leverage that. I don't know if Priyanshu seems to have done some Python packaging too within Nix packages. I don't know, Priyanshu, have you played with just like doing a test on the imports?
Sorry, just before, I just noticed that Valentin jumped in. I guess we're kind of those 5 minutes just before, so I guess I'll hand over the command to him.
It's flown by.
Too fast.
Time flies, yeah.
Well, shit.
So how are you doing, everyone? How was your first live show?
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, so
I
I
hope
suppose
the
your mob
viewers-
session. Sorry, coming in.
I hope the viewers found it interesting and followable.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
indication of
so-
how many viewers we had?
Yeah, so up to 25 live viewers, and we can expect a few more to pile up who will watch the recording. So if viewers have questions, you can follow up on Matrix, where there's a public chat room for Summer of Nix participants contributing to the NGI packages monorepo, where we collect software that is supported by NLnet and NGI that may not end up in Nix packages, but even that which does will be listed there for public consumption. So we know that this stuff is NGI software. So feel free to add comments or questions in that Matrix room, and I suppose that for the next weeks, you'll be around to answer them. And I suppose your mob session will continue after this show. And my question to you is, when will we meet you again in public?
It's unknown. I like this. I enjoy this. We will talk about it, and we'll decide whether we want to do it again. And if we do, we will publish it the same way.
Yeah.
Follow NixOS on X and LinkedIn and YouTube.
Yes, and there will be updates on the NixOS discourse, and I suppose also Matrix. Yes. All right, so I suppose take it from here, and everyone have a great Summer of Nix. Thank you very much. And until next time, bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.